All right, now into the last couple of bottles here. A couple of big boys for you. This is a brand new addition. It hasn't got on your list yet. However, once you're through with a different cab that you're doing by the glass and finishing up with what you've got of that, you're going to be bringing this in for your new slightly higher end. Let's say it's going to be like $20 range by the glass Cabernet. And I'm excited for this, guys, because you guys have a unique opportunity with this wine. This is something that, well, this bottle, I'll tell you, typically wholesale, so what I would sell it to you guys for, is typically like 35 to 40-ish, somewhere in there. It has a deep deal BTG of about 29. For you guys alone, because I know the kind of volume you guys can do, we went back to the winery and got them to approve a $20 deal for you guys, where you guys are getting this about half the price of anybody else in Texas, which is insane. You guys are the only ones who are getting this price. And so it is a killer deal for you guys. We wanted to find something that would be, first of all, a name recognizable kind of a Cabernet, which this winery, Minor Family, is cult-like when it comes to Napa Valley Cabernet, and also something you guys can be proud of serving by the glass and at just a ridiculous price. So that's what this is. Minor Family, if you're not familiar, these guys are, we talked about where Napa is. This is in the heart of Napa Valley, on like literally right in the middle in a place called Oakville. Has anyone ever heard Oakville before? Oakville is like one of the high-end, if you've heard of Opus One, okay, Opus One that goes for $300 a bottle, they're located in Oakville. Robert Mondavi, which has a lot of high-end wines, the Tokalon Vineyard, which goes for $200 to $300 a bottle, that's in Oakville. Oakville is the most pricey real estate in all of Napa Valley. That's where this guy finds his home. He's actually on the bench land, so not right on the valley floor, but if you're standing in the heart of Oakville and look up to the east, a little bit, right at about 1,000 feet elevation is where this guy's winery is. Dave Minor is the owner of the winery. He started this winery with his wife Emily in 1996, so they're about 25 vintages in. In fact, this year, I believe, 1996 to now is their 25th anniversary. I think this is just an incredible value because this is mostly, it's not 100% Oakville fruit, but it is all Napa Valley fruit. But a lot of it is coming from that high-end real estate called Oakville that, again, would usually cost you 2 to 3 to 4 to 10 times more than this bottle is for you guys. Again, it's not 100% Cabernet. Typically, they aren't. Even the Cabernets that you see on the grocery store shelf, whatever, they're not going to be 100%. They're usually what they call a Bordeaux blend, but it's going to be predominantly Cabernet. So you can call it Cabernet, but if you want to know specifics, it's Cabernet with a little bit of Cab Franc and usually a little bit of Petit Syrah, but very small amounts, like 2 to 3% of those grapes. Yes?
What do you mean when you say Bordeaux blend?
Yeah, so Bordeaux blend is just a blend of grapes that are native to Bordeaux, France. Bordeaux, France being the region that is home to Cabernet, Merlot, Cabernet Franc, Petit Verdot. Those are typically the four, and then Malbec you can find every once in a while. But typically, when I say Bordeaux blend, or anyone in the wine industry says Bordeaux blend, what they're meaning is a blend of those four grapes. Usually Cabernet, Merlot, Cab Franc, Petit Verdot is what you're finding there. But again, this is going to be on your list as Napa Valley Cabernet, and nobody even needs to know that it's anything else because it is mostly Cabernet, all right? No, it'll be by the glass. Yeah. Again, when you guys, I think you're getting rid of something you have higher end by the glass cab right now, then this is going to replace it once you're out of that one.
When the status leak went away and then we did that decoy Cabernet for a minute.
Yeah. So it'll be in that slot.
Minor Family Vineyards, even though it's not used in this line, is known for their extensive use of wild yeast. They have Chardonnays that are labeled wild yeast.
Yeah.
That vary from year to year. It's a good year if they're highly sought after.
Exactly.
Wild yeast?
Yeah. Same thing as ambient, what we talked about earlier. Ambient yeast, the yeast.
They still use it from
The yeast that are growing on the grapes. So they're not, again, adding in, when a bottle says wild yeast, which not many do, but if they do, they're just saying, we aren't adding manipulated yeast or grown yeast. We are letting...
Pretty much the same as native.
Exactly, native yeast. Yep, native, wild, ambient, all the same thing. Yep.
And Minor is kind of known for it. Like if you buy grapes from the store and they've got that like little white dust on them, if you just crush them up and put them in a thing, they turn into really crappy wine.
I love that.
That's the main piece.
Yeah. But grocery store, grapes are not the same as wine grapes. But what do you guys think about this? Pretty good Napa Cab, right? I mean, you can tell this is a Cabernet that should be, for all intents and purposes, is much higher end than what you guys are getting it at. So you guys can be proud of selling this. People ask for a great, value. You can point them toward this. People ask for a Napa Cab, point them toward this. This is just a stunning deal that you guys are getting at a great price, and you guys can have a lot of fun with. Because even when it's 115 degrees outside, I've noticed people in I'm from Canada, okay? I'm used to the cold. I like cold. People here in Texas, no matter how hot it is, they still love drinking their big, rich, heavy Napa Cabs. So this is something I hope you guys agree. I think you guys will be able to move some of this wine, I think. Any other thoughts on the Cab? Yeah, I mean, this is classic Cab. I would say it has some oak to it, some vanilla. It has some dark cherry fruit, sort of black cherry is what I would call it. Black raspberry maybe as well. Let me try it again. Oh, cool. Yeah, good stuff.